السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
My dear brother and sisters, we now reach the moment where everything you have felt, learned, and endured must turn into action. Because awareness without action fades, and reminders without response slowly lose their power. Allah does not want you to only understand the lesson, He wants you to walk with it. After all the hardship, the delays, the loneliness, the quiet nights and heavy days, Allah asks you a simple but life-changing question. Now that you see, what will you do? This is where many people stop. They feel motivated for a moment, emotional for a day, then slowly return to old habits. But Allah is inviting you to something deeper, a renewed life built on intention, discipline, gratitude, and trust. My dear brother and sisters, begin with your intention. Intention is powerful. It turns ordinary actions into worship. Renew your intention every day. Intend that your work is for halal provision. Intend that your patience is for Allah. Intend that your struggles are endured for the sake of your akhirah. A heart with a clear intention never walks without purpose, even when the road is hard. Then guard your time. Time is one of Allah's greatest gifts, and one of the first things we will be asked about. Hardship teaches us that life is fragile, moments are precious, and days do not return. Use your time wisely, protect your salah, make space for the Quran, even if it is a few verses. Reduce what distracts your heart. A believer who respects time is a believer who respects the meeting with Allah. My dear brother and sisters, stay grateful, even when life is not perfect. Gratitude is not denying pain. It is recognizing mercy within it. You may not have everything you want, but you still have iman. You still have the ability to turn to Allah. You still have chances to make things right. Gratitude keeps the heart soft and hopeful, and Allah promises that gratitude brings increase, sometimes in ways you never expected. Also, live with accountability. Speak to yourself before you are spoken to. Ask yourself daily, did I please Allah today? Did I hurt someone? Did I neglect a prayer? Did I waste time that I cannot get back? This is not to make you feel guilty, but to keep you awake. A believer who holds themselves accountable in this world will have an easier account in the next, and above all, my dear brother and sisters, keep returning to Allah, not once, not only when life is hard, but again and again. Return after mistakes, return after weakness, return even when you feel unworthy. Allah never gets tired of forgiving, but people get tired of asking. Do not be one of them. Remember, Allah is preparing you for something far greater than comfort in this world. He is preparing you for peace in the heart, strength in faith, and safety in the akhirah. But preparation requires patience, consistency, and trust. Do not rush the process. Do not look left and right at others' journeys. Walk your path with Allah. Even slow steps, if they are steady, will take you far. My dear brother and sisters, if you remain patient, if you keep your intention clean, if you protect your time, if you stay grateful, and if you continue to return to Allah, then know with certainty that Allah is preparing you for something better than you ever asked for. Let us end by turning to Allah together. O Allah, guide our hearts when life feels confusing. O Allah, give us patience when the test feels heavy. O Allah, help us use our time in ways that please you. O Allah, make us grateful in hardship and humble in ease. O Allah, forgive our sins, heal our hearts, and draw us closer to you. O Allah, prepare us not just for success in this world, but for peace in the akhirah. Ameen. My dear brother and sisters, let me begin by speaking to your heart, not your ears. There are moments in life when you wake up and you feel heavy without knowing why. You pray, you try, you stay away from haram as best as you can, yet something inside feels tired, confused, unsettled. You ask yourself, why does life suddenly feel so hard? Why do I feel different from before? Why do I feel distant from people, from joy, even from myself? My dear brother and sisters, if you are feeling this way, please listen carefully. This feeling is not a sign that Allah has left you. This feeling is often a sign that Allah is working on you. Many people think Allah's love always comes with ease, smiles, and comfort. But that is not always how Allah prepares His servants. Sometimes Allah prepares you by shaking your world gently, sometimes strongly, so that your heart learns where to truly rest. When Allah wants to raise you, He first teaches you how weak you really are without Him. And that lesson is not taught in comfort, it is taught in pressure. Look at your own life. There was a time when everything was smooth, yet your salah was rushed, your dua was short, your heart was attached more to people than to Allah. Then suddenly life changed, something broke, something left, something delayed, and now you are thinking more, feeling more, reflecting more. My dear brother and sisters, this is not random, this is preparation. Allah tells us in the Quran that He tests those whom He loves, not to punish them but to purify them. Just like gold must pass through fire to become pure, the believer must pass through difficulty to become sincere. If Allah left you exactly as you were, comfortable but careless, smiling but distant from Him, that would be more dangerous for your akhirah. When life becomes heavy, it forces you to slow down. It forces you to sit alone with your thoughts. It forces you to question your direction. And in that silence, Allah speaks to the heart, not with words, but with awareness. You begin to realize that not everyone was meant to stay. Not every plan was meant to work. Not every door was meant to open. And slowly you begin to understand that Allah is removing what would have distracted you from where He is taking you. My dear brother and sisters, sometimes Allah makes you feel different so that you stop living on autopilot, so that you stop chasing what does not matter, so that you stop measuring success only by money, people, and praise. Hardship wakes the soul. Ease can make it sleep. Think about the prophets of Allah. Were they not the most beloved, yet who was tested more than them? Noah was mocked for years. Ibrahim was thrown into fire. Yusuf was betrayed, imprisoned, forgotten. Our beloved Prophet Salah lost his parents, his children, his wife, his support, and was driven out of his home. If hardship meant Allah's anger, then what would we say about them? But no, hardship was part of their preparation for something greater. In your own small way, Allah is doing the same with you. Not because you're a prophet, but because you're a believer. Allah is teaching your heart lessons that comfort never could. He is teaching you patience when things do not go your way. He is teaching you sincerity when no one is watching. He is teaching you reliance when you realize people cannot carry your burdens. And my dear brother and sisters, notice this. When life gets hard, you make more dua, you cry in sujood. You talk to Allah in your own words. You ask questions you never asked before. If hardship was the door that brought you closer to Allah, then was it really bad? Sometimes Allah makes you feel lonely, so you learn that He is enough. Sometimes He delays your plans, so you learn to trust His timing. Sometimes He closes doors, so you stop walking toward what would harm your iman. You may not see it now, but one day you will look back and say, if that did not happen, I would not be who I am today. My dear brother and sisters, please do not think Allah is against you because life feels hard. Think instead that Allah is preparing you for something you cannot see yet. Something that requires a stronger heart, a softer soul, and a deeper connection with Him. Allah never wastes pain. Every tear, every sigh, every sleepless night, it is all counted, it is all known, and it is all meaningful. So if today you feel tired, confused, or different, do not panic, do not lose hope, do not turn away. This phase is not here to break you, it is here to shape you. Stay close to Allah, hold on to your salah, speak to Him honestly, because when Allah prepares you, He prepares you with love, even when the process feels difficult. And remember this, my dear brother and sisters, what feels heavy today may be the very thing that lifts you tomorrow. My dear brother and sisters, let us now gently move forward, because once you understand that hardship is not abandonment, the next question the heart asks is, why does Allah remove ease before giving clarity? Why do things feel delayed, lonely, and uncertain, even when you're trying to do the right thing? This is where many believers struggle. We want answers first and patience later. We want results, then trust. But Allah in His wisdom often does the opposite. He removes comfort before He grants clarity, because clarity without sincerity can make a person arrogant, while patience without answers makes a believer humble. Think about it, when life is comfortable, when everything is going well, how often do we truly reflect? How often do we sit with the Quran and let it speak to us? How often do we question our intentions? Comfort can make us forgetful, ease can make us feel self-sufficient, and Allah does not want His servant to rely on the creation more than the Creator. So sometimes Allah delays what you want, not to deny you, but to prepare your heart to receive it properly, or to realize you no longer need it. That delay you're experiencing, that unanswered dua, that waiting period that feels so long, it is not empty time, it is training time. My dear brother and sisters, Allah knows what would have happened if He gave you what you asked for immediately. He knows how it might have distracted you. He knows how it might have weakened your iman. He knows how it might have pulled you away from Him. And because Allah loves you, He chooses what is better for your akhirah, even if it is harder for your nafs. Loneliness is another powerful tool Allah uses. When people walk away, when friendships change, when support disappears, the heart feels exposed, but in that exposure something beautiful happens. You begin to turn inward and upward. You begin to talk to Allah more. You begin to realize that people come and go, but Allah remains. Loneliness with Allah is better than crowds without Him. Many people only discover the sweetness of dua when there is no one else to call. They only learn sincerity when no one is watching. They only understand reliance when all other doors are closed. And that is why Allah allows certain relationships, certain attachments, certain comforts to fade. Not because they were all bad, but because they were no longer good for where He is taking you. Delays are especially painful because they challenge our trust. You ask Allah, you wait, and nothing changes. Days turn into months, months turn into years, and the heart whispers, have I been forgotten? My dear brother and sisters, Allah does not forget. He delays with wisdom. Sometimes He delays so that you grow. Sometimes He delays so that the situation changes. Sometimes He delays so that you change. Ask yourself honestly, are you the same person you were before this hardship began? Or have you become more reflective, more careful with your prayers, more aware of your weaknesses, more mindful of your time? Even if you do not see it clearly, Allah has already begun the work within you. Unanswered duas are not rejections. They are conversations. They keep you connected. They keep you returning. And every time you raise your hands, even if the answer does not come the way you expect, something inside your heart is being shaped.
patience, humility, dependence on Allah alone, my dear brother and sisters. Allah is far more concerned about your heart than your comfort. Comfort is temporary, the heart is eternal. That is why Allah sometimes breaks what you hold on to. So your hands are free to hold on to Him. Do not rush this phase. Do not compare your journey to others. Some people are being tested with ease, others with hardship. Some are being tested with attention, others with silence. Your test is designed perfectly for you. Stay gentle with yourself. Keep showing up for your salah even when it feels heavy. Keep making dua even when your voice feels tired. Keep your intentions clean even when the results are delayed, because Allah sees effort long before outcomes. Remember, my dear brother and sisters, clarity always comes after sincerity. And sincerity is built in seasons of waiting. This delay is not blocking your path, it is strengthening your footing.
My dear brother and sisters, as we continue, there is a powerful shift that must happen in the heart. Once you accept that hardship is preparation and delay is training, then Allah invites you to see your struggle through a higher lens. What you call a setback may actually be Allah protecting your akhirah. We often judge our lives only by what we can see: success, failure, gain, loss. But Allah judges by something far deeper: the state of the heart and where it is heading in the next life. Many things that look good for the dunya can be dangerous for the akhirah, and many things that feel painful now are actually mercy in disguise. My dear brother and sisters, imagine if Allah gave you everything you wanted exactly when you wanted it. The job, the relationship, the recognition, the comfort. Would your heart still turn to Him with the same need? Or would you slowly begin to depend more on the gift than the giver? Allah knows this about us. That is why sometimes He protects us by withholding. A closed door is not always rejection. Sometimes it is redirection. Sometimes Allah blocks a path because He sees harm at the end of it. Harm to your iman, harm to your character, harm to your akhirah. You may never know what Allah saved you from. But one day in the hereafter, you will thank Him for the doors that never opened. Hardship also has a way of cleaning the heart. It removes pride, it softens arrogance. It reminds us that we are not in control. When everything is taken away and you're left with only Allah, something inside you becomes real. Your worship becomes honest. Your repentance becomes sincere. Your gratitude becomes deeper, even for the smallest blessings. Think about how difficulty changes your relationship with time. When life is easy, we waste hours without thinking. But when hardship comes, you begin to value moments. You become more aware of how you spend your days. You reflect on whether your time is bringing you closer to Allah or further away. This awareness is a gift. Many people live their whole lives without it. Allah also uses hardship to teach gratitude. Not the loud gratitude of words, but the quiet gratitude of the heart. You begin to appreciate health, faith, a single peaceful prayer, a sincere dua. You realize that even in pain, Allah has surrounded you with mercy you did not notice before. My dear brother and sisters, hardship trains patience, and patience is not passive. Patience is staying obedient even when life hurts. It is choosing trust over complaint. It is believing that Allah's plan is better even when you do not understand it. And Allah promises that those who are patient are rewarded without measure. Sometimes Allah takes you through difficulty to slow you down so you do not run toward destruction. Sometimes He removes a blessing to prevent a greater loss. Sometimes He allows pain to stop you from committing a sin that would have cost you dearly in the akhirah. These are forms of protection even if they do not feel like it at the time. Ask yourself, my dear brother and sisters, has this hardship made you more aware of Allah? Has it made you more careful with your prayers? Has it made you think more about the akhirah? If the answer is yes, then know that Allah is elevating you, not lowering you. The believer does not measure success only by happiness in this world. The believer measures success by closeness to Allah and safety in the next life. And sometimes the price of that safety is patience today. So do not see your struggle as a sign of loss. See it as Allah guiding you away from harm and towards something far greater than you can imagine. What feels like a setback in this world may be the very thing that saves you in the next. My dear brother and sisters, as Allah continues to shape the heart through hardship, there comes a very gentle but powerful moment. A moment where Allah is not just testing you, not just protecting you, He is calling you back. Every difficulty carries a question. And that question is not spoken with words, it is whispered into the heart. Will you return to me? Hardship has a way of removing distractions. When life is loud and busy, the soul becomes quiet. But when life becomes quiet and heavy, the soul begins to speak. Suddenly, you start noticing your prayers again. You feel the weight of missing salah. You feel the emptiness of a heart that has been distant. And this awareness itself is mercy. My dear brother and sisters, every trial is a mirror. It shows you where you're standing with Allah. Not to shame you, not to judge you, but to guide you. Allah does not expose your weaknesses to embarrass you. He exposes them so you can heal them. If Allah wanted to punish you, He would let you continue without feeling anything at all. Hardship invites you to return to prayer with presence, not just movement. Many of us pray, but our hearts are elsewhere. Difficulty brings the heart back into the prayer. You stand before Allah not as someone perfect, but as someone in need. And Allah loves that position. The servant who comes broken, honest, and humble.
This is also a time for accountability, not blaming yourself harshly, but gently asking, where can I improve? What have I neglected? What needs to change? Allah loves self-reflection because it leads to growth. When you take responsibility for your actions, Allah opens doors you never expected. Returning to Allah also means returning to trust. Trusting His wisdom when outcomes are unclear. Trusting His timing when answers are delayed. Trusting that even now He is guiding you step by step, even if the path feels dark. Faith is not about seeing the full picture. It is about walking forward while holding Allah's hand. My dear brother and sisters, do not wait for life to become easy before you return. Return now in the middle of the storm. Allah does not ask you to fix everything first. He asks you to come as you are, with your fears, your doubts, your regrets, because Allah knows that once the heart reconnects with Him, everything else begins to fall into place. This phase is not meant to push you away from Allah. It is meant to pull you closer. If hardship made you more aware of Allah, then it has already succeeded. Do not ignore that calling, respond to it with sincerity. Let your prayers slow down. Let your du'as become honest conversations. Let your heart learn to lean on Allah again, because every step you take back to Him, He comes to you faster than you can imagine. And remember this, my dear brother and sisters. The one who returns to Allah in hardship will never be lost in ease.